Hello, this meeting is now called to order at 5:40 p.m. And Madam Secretary, can you please call roll?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Present?
Commissioner Pedro Trujillo, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Present.
Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Samuel Perez.
Present.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Iniguez, can you please lead us in the invocation?
Yes, Mr. Chair, please bow your heads in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we are grateful for the privilege of meeting here this evening. We ask for your guidance and blessing on the proceeding of this meeting, and ask that you give the commissioners the wisdom so that they can make their decisions. Thank you. Amen.
Okay, thank you. And Commissioner Perez, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. And Madam Secretary, was the agenda posted according to state law?
Yes, the agenda has been posted according to state law.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and I believe this is the time given for the public to speak on agenda and non-agenda items. Were there any comments received?
No.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to need a commissioner to a motion from a commissioner to approve the meetings from the prior meeting. This was from April 7th, 2026.
A motion.
Okay, and I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay, and Madam Secretary, can you please take roll call vote?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Yes.
Commissioner Pedro Trujillo, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Samuel Perez.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to the discussion items. I believe traffic safety analysis. And Mr. Iniguez, can you please give the report?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Item number 7.1 is regarding a request for a disabled person parking space fronting 5931 Gage Avenue. It is staff's recommendation that the Traffic and Safety Commission approve for City Council consideration the installation of 18 feet of designated blue curb parking restrictions and R9 sign and post for a disabled person parking space fronting 5931 Gage Avenue. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to City Engineer Doug Benosh for the report.
Good evening, Commissioners. We received a request from the resident at this address regarding the request for a blue curb in front of the house on Gage Avenue. As per the city's policy, the applicant or guardian must be in possession of valid plates for disabled person or disabled veterans issued by the state of California Department of Motor Vehicles. The proposed disabled parking space must be in front of the disabled person's place of residence. The resident must not have off-street parking available or off-street parking space that would be used for disabled parking. And the applicant must provide a signed statement from the medical doctor that he is disabled and has trouble walking, travel more than 50 feet between his or her home and the automobile without assistance of a second person. The existing conditions: Gage is a commercial thoroughfare through town, east and west, with a posted speed of 35 miles an hour, and also has residential areas also, whether single family or multifamily homes. This portion of Gage is multifamily homes. We did a field investigation. The traffic engineer has gone out and looked at the property and made the following findings. He complies with the policy from the standpoint that there is parking available in the back and per figure 4, but it's not conducive to allow for disabled parking based on the property's limitations. Therefore, we're recommending to install the 18 feet of disabled parking out on Gage Avenue for figure 4. It'll be the minimum size of 18 feet. Based on our field review of conditions and documentation and the policy, staff recommends approving for City Council consideration a request to install 18 feet at 5931 Gage Avenue for disabled parking. And I'll entertain any questions.
Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty tricky to get in there from the front. There's no driveway, and I see the back that there's a few spots, but I think a lot of cars park out there on Gage, and as long as the person has the proper placards, then should be okay. No questions for me. Okay, and if there's no further questions or comments, then I need a motion from a commissioner to go ahead and approve staff's recommendation for 18 feet of blue curb and signage.
Oh, motion.
Okay, and I need a second.
Second.
Okay, and Madam Secretary, can you please take roll call vote?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Yes.
Commissioner Pedro Trujillo, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Samuel Perez.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda, I believe another traffic safety analysis. Mr. Iniguez, can you please give the report?
Yes, Mr. Chair, item number 7.2 is regarding a request for red curb parking restrictions fronting 5954 and 5959 Ludell Street. It is staff's recommendation that the Traffic and Safety Commission approve for City Council consideration the installation of red curb parking restrictions fronting 5954 and 5959 Ludell Street. So this is an item that was brought back from the previous meeting. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it over to City Engineer Doug Benash.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is a request that has been a longstanding hotspot for the city's public works crew during storm events. This is two catch basin inlets on top of a box culvert that was probably built late 30s, early 40s, prior to any development in Bell Gardens. This brings drainage from north of Randolph through town to the LA River south of us, down Hotman area, ultimately, and then further south when it finds joins the LA River. So this catch basin has been in town for a very long time. And as the development ensued around the catch basins and the underground box and storm drain, when Ludell Street was installed, they just built some catch basins out on the curb face, and they punched a 12-inch diameter hole into the top of the box to allow storm drainage to enter into the box culvert. And at the time, that was sufficient. But over the course of time, or the last 90 years, it has become a hotspot in our public works maintenance program, where during rain events, we go and physically inspect those two catch basins to make sure there's no trash blocking the grates and allows stormwater to flow freely through it. And we always had to deal with parked cars in that area during storm events. Well, last year, we had a major storm event that flooded the entire area. Water was about an inch or two above the top of curb in the area. And it did drain, but it takes a little while because of the size of the hole in the catch basin. And at that time, debris was also there, but we did go check it out. So what we're proposing is to facilitate storm event drainage maintenance. We make sure that it runs free and clear. We're requesting the red curb be painted just from a drive approach to the edge of the catch basin on both the north side and the south side. If you look at Exhibit 1, this is aerial view. That actual clear spot in the middle of the roadway is the top of the existing storm drain box culvert. So literally, the curbs flow on top of this piece of concrete with an opening in it, and the water drains directly into that box. Based on the current conditions out there in the field, we're just asking for 9 feet of curb on the north side, which goes from the driveway and then westerly to the edge of the catch basin. And then on the south side, a similar scenario, just because of the offset of the catch basins, it's 1 foot longer at 10 feet from that standpoint. We've also provided exhibit number 2. It shows the actual proposed catch basin and the red curbing to allow us to maintain it during normal hours, but still retains a parking space or two, depending on the size of car, west of this one. And Exhibit 3 shows that we have at least one space where the red curb is just because of the location of the driveways. We typically provide red tipping in areas of this area, but based on historical nature that we maintain during every storm event. Is one of the, we have a couple locations we have to maintain during every storm event. This one just facilitates our maintenance of it, and that's the basis and the reasoning for us to request this red curb. And with that, and that's our staff's recommendation to install these red curbs, and I'll entertain any questions.
Okay, I think we had to push this item from the last meeting, basically just to be able to go out there and get some good measurements and hopefully save some red curb. I believe it comes back at the same 10 feet and 9 feet. But on the 9 foot side, the north side, I think we're, like you mentioned, we're just going from the driveway to the very edge of the basin or whatever the drain is. Is that right?
Yes. But at the base, I think the basin, there's also some other air, and actually it's difficult to see in that picture. No, the grade is the same size, but there's something there that makes it recommended for 9 feet, and I apologize. When we were out there in the field and we measured it, that's where 9 feet, it does add up to 9 feet. The picture might be a little deceptive, but there was a reason I confirmed that dimension out there. But for all intents and purposes, it's graphically might be a little less than that, but it's graphically in the correct spot. But it still leaves 27 feet, which is basically 2 compact cars or 1 big car, and you might be able to get a compact car depending on the length. From that standpoint, but but the key to this thing is allow us to get access on both sides of the catch basin. If something gets lodged in there, we can get access to it.
Got it. Okay, so when it's all said and done, it'll just be from the driveway tip to the edge of the
9 feet, wherever 9 feet lays out.
Gotcha. Wherever 9 feet. Okay.
So just to clarify, are we going to 9 feet or are we aiming to go to the edge of
We do need to go to 9 feet because of this catch basin to get access to it from both sides. If something gets lodged in it. Because in order to take those grates off, we need a 6 foot, 8 foot pry bar in order to pry that grate out, in order if we have to clear it out. And if it's only go to the edge of the catch basin, then we have issues with trying to get access to that grate in order to clear the closure. Which primarily that's to mitigate any damage to a car that's parked right there.
Got it. Okay, so just kind of I guess if we go ahead and do the red curbs,
For the lengths noted.
would are the I guess the properties kind of fronting this red curb? Just because I know from like a resident point of view, sometimes it's like kind of like we're like, well, what's going on? What's this construction? What's this red curb? Like, we just don't really know sometimes what's going on. Would it be helpful if we like kind of like maybe like is there like a notice or a little flyer like, hey, this is a new red curb, like to give out to these maybe 1 or 2 houses that are fronting this, just so it makes a little more sense, and maybe include some information about the past amount of times it's been clogged and what flooding could do to the neighborhood. Just something very simple and put together just to kind of help the residents out.
We can make a simple flyer and do a handout, 2 days before we come out and do the work. And give my and we'll provide them phone numbers and have direct contact.
That sounds really good. Like I said, we definitely tried to save some space, but yeah, it's definitely more important to make sure that area doesn't flood, especially if it's been an issue in the past. So I'll leave it at that. And if there's any other questions or comments.
I'll just add that this is a really good recommendation, so thank you for that.
Okay, if there's no other comments or questions, I'll need a motion from a commissioner to go ahead and approve staff's recommendation of the red curbing on the north and south side of Ludell Street around 5959 and 5954 Ludell.
I'll motion.
Okay, and I need a second.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, and Madam Secretary, can you please take roll call vote?
Yes. Chairperson David Heredia,
Yes.
Commissioner Pedro Trujillo, Commissioner Edgar Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Gustavo Mendez, Commissioner Samuel Perez.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And let's see, I think those were the only items here. Let me double check. Yes, okay. Are there any comments in general from any commissioner? Okay, and do we have any department update reports?
Yes, Mr. Chair, staff continues with the efforts on the Safe Streets for All plan, working with our consultants from Lochner and KOA. And right now, we actually have a community survey on our social media platforms where residents or businesses can actually click on the link and provide their feedback on what these future improvements are going to look like on this plan. So we hope for as much participation as we can get, since we're getting a lot of feedback on our current Complete Streets project, and this Safe Streets for All will lead to future improvements on certain intersections. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for the updates. Okay, I believe that's the end of the meeting, so we'll go ahead and adjourn this meeting. Time is 5:58 until the next scheduled meeting, first Tuesday of the month in June. All righty, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.